All right, you got to share, my man. Glad you could join us today. Hang back 1 second. We're going to hit you with a video here real quick. Once my man Rich Green actually shares his screen. Glad you could join us today. Hang back 1 second. We're going to hit you with a video here real quick. Once my man Rich Green actually shares his screen. Glad you could join us today. Hang back 1 second. We're going to hit you with a video here real quick. Once my man Rich. All right. Now, I'm going to be talking over a little bit while my man Rich lets people know and share that we are live. All right. So if Rich, you'll come out of share screen there. All right.
There we go. How are you doing?
Pretty good. How are you doing, my man? How you doing on this Sunday?
I'm good. It's been a beautiful day. It's been an incredible week. It's been a rubbish 30 seconds getting that started, but barring that, yeah, really good.
Now, we kind of have an excuse. You should never have an excuse because, again, excuses are like buttholes. Everybody has one. No, that's an opinion. Wait a minute. Anyway, the bottom line is there was a time change, basically daylight saving time, and you guys in the UK, it didn't affect you because your time stayed the same. So we were scrambling again today to make sure that we got this off. In fact, earlier we were supposed to have training, couldn't do it because of the commitments we had. So we're glad that you are here with us today on today's Pit Lane Power Hour. And that's my boy Rich Green across the pond in the UK there, the keyboard capitalist. I am Big Lloyd Dotson. Everyone calls me Big. And we come to you every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but now it's Eastern Daylight Time, which means it's 8 p.m. GMT, right, Rich? And that's we've inadvertently lost an hour. yeah, absolutely. We got older like that. Yeah. without even thinking about it. But we come to you every Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time now to introduce you to the Boss XL Supercharged Sales Loop system, let you see what the system's all about, go through it in detail, also show you proof progress results, not only from ourselves, but also from regular everyday people like yourself. And we have on special member guests that are members of Boss XL. Today, we're happy to have on our man who is actually inside his semi tractor trailer rig, Anthony Palmer, the trucking marketer. And I'm going to basically have him come on real quick to say hi if we can. He's doing it based on a cell phone, so hopefully we have a signal just for him to say hi. Anthony, can you hear us, brother?
Yeah, brother, you there? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Hey.
Let people know. Let people know where you're dialing in from.
I had to get out of Facebook, man. I was in Facebook and Zoom, and I was hearing you was double talking to me.
Whoa, that's a good thing when Rich and Lloyd double talk, always in your ear there. So let's say you pulled over because you're law abiding, right, Anthony? You're pulled over to do this. Just quickly let people know, where you're pulled over. What state you in right now, my man?
Over in Missouri.
In Missouri. And where do you actually live?
I live in South Carolina.
All right. So where are you coming back from? You finished dropping a load? You picking up a load? What are you doing?
No, taking a load over to Omaha, Nebraska.
All righty. So we'll do this, my man. We're going to bring you back out after we kind of let people know what the deal is on the Pit Lane Power Hour. And we'll let you basically be the one to hit them with that lug wrench and let them know exactly what's going on with your situation, have been involved with Boss XL. All right, my man?
All right, brother.
So sit back. We'll come back to you in about 15, 20 minutes. All right, Rich.
I love that. I absolutely love that. You know, the dude sat there in his truck showing this is stuff that's helping real people, man. This is not make-believe. This is your everyday Joes. No disrespect. I'm an everyday Joe, but this is normal people.
You know what's amazing though, Rich, is you see this little device here, and that's what Anthony's using also. He's actually sitting there, okay, in a truck stop area, basically talking to this. It's beaming up to the satellite, coming back down through Zoom, zooming over to Facebook, all right? And people are able to see us live. Now, this technology just didn't exist 4 or 5 years ago for regular everyday people like us. And that's what's so great about the Boss XL system and the Pit Lane Power Hour is we have people on as member guests from all over the world. And it just blows the mind. I mean, I know we're both not that old, maybe Anthony is, but the bottom line is technology is just amazing to be able to do this type of show from you in the UK, me here in the States, and he basically sitting there in his truck, in Missouri on his way to Omaha. Just fantastic, my man. I just, kind of blows the mind.
Absolutely. Talking about technology, and I don't know whether I told you this or not, mate, but I'm going to get this in early so it doesn't confuse things, because as you said in the intro, we're going to talk to people about Boss XL Supercharged Sales Loop System. We're going to teach them how to go from zero to hero, 6 figures, 5 figures, 4 figures, wherever they want to be, but basically how to get started online, generate an income, and become online marketers. But we know that the systems that we use within this sales loop pay in a number of different ways. They pay hard, ready cash. They pay straight into payment processors. They pay straight to PayPal. They pay in Bitcoin. And some people are not familiar with Bitcoin. But this week I was busy on Facebook playing around with the whole Bitcoin gig. And I offered some people some free money.
Yeah, I saw that, Rich. I saw that, and I'm going to have to say, that when I saw that, it reminded me of me and my dogs, and you put up a post to get some interactivity, and it was almost like you kind of having a squeaky toy, and you keep throwing it out there, and they're running over, and they go to pick it up, but you grab it first, and you're like, oh, look here, So talk about it, because why was it like a squeaky toy? They just couldn't quite get it.
To start off with, it was literally just about getting some extra engagement, speaking to some people who I'd not spoken to before. And then, like you said, people were chasing after the squeaky toy, and it became a social experiment. It's unbelievable when you look at what people are prepared to do when they feel there's genuine money on the line. And that in itself was interesting. Yeah, absolutely. There's all sorts of stuff came out of it from a psychology point of view, and I'm going to put together an article on that. But here's the deal. This post, I basically said, whoever has the last comment can have some free money. Obviously, the reality is no one's ever going to have the last comment, because I'm always going to jump in and say, sorry, I'm
man, now, Rich is a sadist. Because he can always get notification that someone has just commented and go in and go, oh, thank you for that comment.
Yeah, which was fine. I expected.
No, but that wasn't the idea. Go ahead, my man, and then we'll get right into. We're telling you this story for a reason. And why it makes sense for the Pit Lane Power Hour and Boss XL Supercharged Sales Loop System. Go ahead, my man.
Absolutely. And because ultimately this is one of the ways that you get paid in this type of currency. It's an exciting world. But I expected to get 100 or 200 comments on this and use it kind of as a lesson for people. You put your time and effort into the right thing, you potentially get rewards. Put your effort into the wrong thing, and you potentially don't. Here we are, Sunday night, and I think there's around 1,800 comments so far, 1,800 comments from people wanting some free money. So what I've said is I'm going to put a deadline on it, and at some point tonight, during the show, Money Hammer.
You're going to hit them with a Money Hammer.
I'm just going to write stop in the comments, and whoever was the last person to comment prior to that is going to be given the free Bitcoin. So it's equivalent to $50 or $60, depending on transaction rate, 0.05 Bitcoin. So yeah, keep commenting, guys, because at some point I'm just going to go.
Keep going after the squeaky ball. So Rich, besides teasing people basically, and being Scrooge McDuck there with your billions and billions of dollars to give away, what are we going to talk about today on the Pitland Power Hour, my man?
We are going to talk about a multi-income system that has been born off the back of mine and Big's experiences in online marketing. In previous weeks, we've gone over the stories, how we got to where we are, that kind of thing. We want to fast track tonight because we've got various bits and pieces to talk about. We want to take advantage of Anthony, although it looks like he's lost his signal, but I'm sure he'll be back on shortly. And so we're going to show you the entire formula, the entire system that we've both used to generate significant incomes online in the past. We both had separate systems doing our own things, which worked in a very similar way. But when Big and I came back together a few months ago now and looked at the models that we'd got, which were working and had worked very well, but we wanted to strengthen them. And we wanted to turn it into something special. We wanted to create a community of winners, an environment where everyone could.
Remember, Rich, we actually, see, people don't know this, but it's actually called Project X. Project X is much bigger than just Boss XL, but Steve's smiling. You know, he's like a proud poppy there. Project X is much bigger, and Boss XL is the first, I don't know, project born out of Project X, right? Mm-hmm. Rich? Yeah. So go ahead, my man.
Yeah. So ultimately, this gig that you're going to be hearing about tonight is a step-by-step. When I'm talking to people, I call it a training school because essentially that's what it is. And within this training school, you're going to be taught the skills and given the tools that you need to be able to succeed in online marketing. One of those tools is an entire system, an entire duplicatable funnel system that we've built for you, that we give you free of charge as a member. So when you become a member of some of the businesses within our system, we give that to you for you to utilize. So you're going to get an entire system. You're going to get training. You're going to see so much. I'm going to show you shortly.
I was going to say, let's show them. And while you're getting set up there, we're going to show you everything. A presentation, which is pretty in its own self, but the entire system is pretty sexy when it comes down to it, especially when you got speed and cars and just like nice paint jobs and all that stuff. But what we also do that's sexy is we actually show you real proof progress results. We are going to go live into our back offices for each of the programs and show you actual proof of earnings, commissions. Again, results not typical. If you're watching this on replay, there's no promise nor guarantee of any earnings or income because we don't know your work ethic from ours. And in anything, it requires work, it requires commitment, it requires dedication, and working the system. If you are watching this live, we appreciate you spending time with us. Make sure you get back to the person that shared the link with you so that they can take you through their version of the Boss XL Supercharged Sales Loop system. If you're watching on replay, we ask you to do the same thing. Get back to the person that invited, inspired, or got you to take a look at the Boss XL system. Now, as Rich is setting up, we're going to tell you the easiest way to get involved that costs nothing. That costs nothing and allows you to basically go to the car lot and open the doors, look inside, flip up the trunk, flip up the hood, look at the engine, actually see the entire Boss XL system in action, and that is through our Facebook group, our members group, and that's pretty easy to get into. It's www.getinthegroup.com. Rich and myself go through the profiles of people that ask to get in there and personally welcome you. You'll see it's a very active group from other members that are having success, and you can kind of just sit back in the shadows if you want to see if we're full of bullshit or not, which most people know that we're not. And then if you want to take that test drive of the system, all we ask is that you work with the person that invited, inspired, or got you to join the group in the first place. If it is someone else that sent you the link, make sure you reach out to them. If it's us, fantastic. Either way, you're going to see exactly what the system is, how the system works, without ever having to spend a dollar. Now, ultimately, all right, in order to maximize the system, you will have to spend money. You know, we're not going to sit here and bullshit you, but the amount of free training, the amount of free motivation, the amount of free step-by-step things that we do for people and other people do, like our certified Boss Excel coach, David Pinto, do for people inside the group is worth thousands. It's worth thousands.
I've got a great slide. I'm going to show them all of that.
Awesome. Well, come on, let's get started. I was buying time for you to go. I'm going to share my screen, my man.
Do you know what? You're a good man. You really are. I love this Zoom setup, by the way, for the guys in our team. We're going to have training. Well, we do to a certain extent. We on our weekly trainings, we touch on the power of using Zoom. But while you guys are looking at Big's beautiful face and he's talking to you, you don't realize he can see what I'm doing behind the scenes. So when my head's down, frantic doing stuff, and he is just buying time for my man to get the word out there that we are on live. What we're also doing is, you guys also don't see the chat box where people are coming in and interacting and all like that. So there we go, my man. That is, I have to tell you, every time I see that just gets sexier and sexier, my man. Beautiful.
So let's do this, Rich. Let's hit him with the money hammer.
Yeah, so if you are watching on Facebook Live and you're watching it live, or if you're watching it on the record, be hitting record. What's record? I'm starting to sound like I'm American. What's that all about?
Record.
If you're watching it on the recording, be hitting the likes if you can see my screen. Be showing
big love to Rich for using the proper syntax of record there.
Right, so Boss Excel, supercharged sales loop system. Here we go. First things first, earnings disclosures. Both Big and I are huge on earnings.
Yeah.
It's really important that people understand that this is not a guarantee of earnings, irrespective of what testimonials you hear tonight from us, from Anthony, from whoever, whatever people say in the comments as you're reading through. There's no guarantee that the same things are going to be possible for you. Everything that you do in any online business is based on work ethic, is based on business system, is based on strategy.
Ultimately, we can't be responsible for their actions, Rich. We can certainly assist them, we can certainly guide them, we can certainly train them, but you are responsible for your own actions, because in the end, the Boss Excel Supercharged Sales Loop System is not a pyramid. It's not an investment. It's not a Ponzi scheme. It's not a matrix program or any type of get-rich-quick scheme. And like Rich said, we're not promising any interest, any type of money back from money that you basically pay into programs. We provide the online platform and membership free of charge for each and every user. What you do with it and how successful you are with it ultimately depends on you, my man.
Beautiful.
I'm talking to you, Rich. Success depends on you.
Absolutely. Always has done, always will do. And that's a bitter pill to swallow when you can go for as long as I did without succeeding before actually fathoming out what the hell you should be doing. So the foundations of this system are built from both failure and success. And I tell you what, learning from my mistakes will cost you a lot less money than learning from your own.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing that we say is we give an awful lot of free training, free information, free guide, post, free inspiration, free motivation, a free system, if you will. There is money involved. We'll go over exactly what that is in a little bit. But the one thing that we always want you to know is you're going to be gaining from us spending tens of thousands of dollars and tens of thousands of hours, and you're going to be able to have us help you sidestep, not sidetrack. A lot of people get sidetracked like I am right now talking, just buying time to see if you're ready to help you avoid those mistakes. Go ahead, Rich. I don't know where I was going with that. So,
I have no idea. But
help me. Throw me a rope here. Save me.
I loved it. It was great. It was fantastic, man. I know exactly where I was going, and it was kind of what's happened to Anthony. Come on, Anthony.
Yeah, I know. Anthony, go wind up the battery.
We're all good. Right. Okay. So, guys, people want to make money. People want to make more money for all sorts of reasons, mainly because the vast majority of people are struggling to get by. You know, you might look across the street and see your neighbor who's got a reasonably good car, in a reasonably nice house, living a reasonably ordinary life, but you don't see that they're sinking behind the scenes, that the vast majority of that is being supported by credit cards or debt or whatever it might be. 70% of people just in America alone want to be self-employed. And so what I did was I spent a lot of years looking at non-traditional ways of earning money, because I was one of those people, you know, everything looked great from the outside, but I was sinking. And so when it comes to generating non-traditional income, you've got network marketing, direct sales, MLM, all those kind of things, home-based businesses essentially. What we do with Boss XL is we provide the tools that home-based business owners need. So not only is it a home-based business, it's a tool provider as well, because the way we see things is this. The gold rush of the 1800s didn't create many fortunes from digging gold, but it created multiple fortunes from selling the picks, the shovels, and the pans. And this is absolutely the gold rush of the 21st century. So we want to be the guys providing those picks, pans, and shovels. So, who would have thought it? There you go. Doing exactly that. And how we do it is by using 4 programs that are built into this entire system that are sold on autopilot for you. What we're doing tonight is we're also doing the heavy lifting. We're doing some of the selling for you. But once outside of the Sunday night show, you have a single link. You have your own system that does all of this on your behalf. Your only job is to promote that link, and we teach you exactly how to do that, and you're going to see some of that shortly. Now, I mentioned that we took our previous systems and we kind of upscaled them, and one of the ways we did that was by using something called a success system, because the original Boss X formula was built on the concept of all you need to succeed is a BO, a business opportunity, an SS, a sales system, and X, exposure. But what we did when Big and I came back together is we took that SS and we converted it into a success system. And that's what you're looking at right on this screen. A success system consists of traffic, the most important thing, and something I avoided for a lot of years. I thought people were trying to get me to spend money on traffic because they wanted money out of my pocket. I didn't trust and know the people well enough to believe that they were trying to put money in my pocket. And over the 5-year period that I didn't buy traffic, I made $25 online. In that time, the people surrounding me, the people ultimately leading me and who I was trying to follow, were making hundreds of thousands of dollars because they were buying traffic. I wasn't. Smart move, Rich.
Yeah, Rich, you know, the first thing to admit that you have a problem is to admit you have a problem. And you touched on something that a lot of people is they focus on the business opportunity rather than how they're actually going to make money from the business opportunity. Go ahead, my man. Good stuff. Yeah, absolutely it was. That's why you have a money chicken and I have a money hammer. Now we're going to upgrade you to a, there it is. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but essentially the money chicken was based on the fact, me joking with Rich, that, you know, he should start hitting people with a chicken because he can relate. And most people don't take action because they are chicken.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Go ahead. Good stuff, my man. Keep going.
So that's your first thing, your traffic. Now, traffic, for people who don't know, all traffic is a set of eyes looking at your offer. Whatever business you've got, you need traffic, whether that's people walking in your shop or people looking at your website. So if you don't know what traffic is and you can't get your head around it, don't worry, you'll be taught all of this. Funnel, number 2, incredibly important. A funnel is just a process. It's just about taking an idea and getting people from a point of interest to a point of wanting to take action, to taking action, to actually parting with money. A sales process, and we've built an online funnel that we give you for free. Filter, really important. The reason this is a power hour, not a power 10 minutes, is because we want to filter people out. There are people who will not stick it out. And if they can't stick out an hour, how are they going to stick out committing to a 90-day plan or a 3-year plan or whatever it takes for them to build success? So a filter are lots of tripwires that we've built into the system to get rid of the tire kickers and the people that are just going to waste your time, because ultimately this is going to be your business. Number 4 is your follow-up. Follow-up's really important. Follow-up is all about the consistent exposure to what it is that you have to sell. So we've created automated follow-up within the system, because in marketing circles, it's argued that someone needs exposing to something between 7 and 12 times before they make a buying decision.
Now, don't go out there and start to put on your trench coat and run around the streets and all like that. That's not the exposure we're talking about.
3 times.
12 times, especially because it's rather cold here. So, we would have a shortfall in what we were trying to be impressive with. But Rich is absolutely true. It's true. It's true. Most people are frustrated because they don't get results. It's because they don't have enough eyeball on their offer. Absolutely true, my man.
Exactly. Oh, sorry, I'm multitasking.
Oh, you're getting too excited there.
Yeah,
zooming ahead.
I've got Anthony chatting too, so I'm trying to control the chat and not disturb the pages. So follow up, yeah, absolutely, really important. Now, tiered congruent offers, that's a sexy thing. Basically, tiered congruent offers means taking a group of offers that to many people may look like they have nothing to do with each other, but formulating them in a way so that not only do they have something to do with each other, that they become a vital part. Taking people through a tiered pricing range, so starting people low and then working them up gradually. Because nobody, especially people who failed in the past or struggled in the past or perhaps not even got started in the past, nobody wants to come in big and fail. Excuse the pun, none intended. Nobody wants to come in large and fail. So what we do is we bring people in at a low level so that they can test the water, get comfortable with the environment, and then upscale them and upscale them and upscale them. And we take them through a process of purchasing so that by the end of the process, they have the entire tool suite that they need for success, but they bought it in a way that makes sense to them, in a way that they're.
So now if you're watching this out there, you're on Facebook Live and you're loving what Rich is talking about with these 5 areas, the 5 components for success. Remember, we started out as Boss XL, Boss X, as he talked about, being business opportunity sales system. And we're going to show the entire sales system here. But what we've realized, and we want you to understand, is that this is a success system. So if you're loving it, show us some love, give some thumbs up, give some hearts. If you're digging the 5 things, the traffic, the funnel, the filter, the follow-up, and tiered congruent products. I know you're out there. Let us know you're out there. Hit some of those buttons, or otherwise Rich is not going to go on, and you don't want to a pissed off Brit and a really pissed off Colonial here, screaming at you guys. So show us some love so that Rich can go on to the slide that he really wants to show you, which is the one next.
That would be this one. So what we're going to touch on is we're going to touch on the front end offers. So what we've got is a system which is built around traffic. Now you remember that scared me. Well, not scared me. I wasn't trusting enough to believe in traffic when I needed to. So what we do is we introduce traffic right at the off. Right at the start. And so we give people a system that introduces them to the core component of what they're going to need to make anything succeed. And that's 2 different sources, a safe list and a traffic exchange. If you don't know what those things are, don't worry, because we're briefly going to cover them here, but they're certainly covered in more detail inside our training platform, inside our Facebook group, inside our weekly training sessions, and inside the funnel system that you're going to get to see when you connect with the person who invited you to watch this show. So least ad space is a safe list. Least ad space is a $7 startup. You register for free, and the first product that you buy in least ad space costs you $7. That product is a solo ad. Now, if you're not familiar with a solo ad, what that is a solitary email that you write, and we help with that also, a solitary email that you write that's sent out to a list of people who are interested in generating income online, or who are already working online and are interested in tools and resources and services that will help them. So you've paid $7 and you can email those people your business opportunity, your network marketing company, or if you're smart, your Boss Excel funnel. You can email them that every single month, every 28 days for life. And it's cost you $7. If you're smarter, what you'll do is you'll buy additional traffic packages inside Least Ad Space. That means you can email more frequently. You can expose your offer more frequently. Because going back to what we spoke about, how many times does it take to generally get someone to make a buying decision? I'm not going to answer that. Feel free to jump in on the comments. I'm going to move on. So the income opportunity with Least Ad Space is 100%. You've got 100% commission payable on any traffic packages that you sell. Now, when I say you sell, what I mean by that is your system sells, your funnel sells, or that you refer, because when people come to you and want to know where you're getting your traffic from, or they come to you and they want to know, how are you making all of these $7 and $17 and $27? You're going to show them how to do it, or you're going to plug them into your system or the Facebook group or all of the things that we train you on, and you're going to generate those dollars as 100% commissions. So the earning potential just on selling $7 traffic packages is 56. It sounds weird for a bit to say bucks. I was going to say 56 bucks. But is that right use of it? Is that how you think?
It's working. It's a good thing we have the record button on. Yeah, but Rich, let's do this, my man. Let's flip the script a little bit. You touched on it. You know, it's funny seeing those little 7 and 17 and 27s come in. So the real question is, can people actually make money from these little 7 and 17 and $27 offers?
That's a really good question, dude. A really good question. You know, it's all well and good looking at the spreadsheet that you're looking at now and saying, well, you can make $1,000 from filling out your amethyst referrals or
Love my amethyst referrals.
But yeah, what's it mean in real world? Well, on screen, you've got a couple of testimonials from people who are in the group already. No doubt there'll be people who are watching who are going to comment in and jump in that they're earning money in their LAS. But why don't you show us, dude? Have you got a
I think, you know what I'm saying? I think people, they want the money hammer. They want proof, progress, results that this actually works. So again, if you want the money hammer to come down, big to hit you with the money hammer, show you real proof, progress, results, live back office results. And what I thought I'd do is I'm going to hit people with the money hammer if we get enough thumbs up and hearts to show me that now's the time to share, because we're going to get into the nitty gritty. We're going to get into the real show. We're going to take the damn trench coats off and start to show what we got. All right. We're going to show what we got. It's time to basically take it off.
Big or nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. So Rich, why don't we do this also? I'll do this. And why don't we bring out our man, Anthony, because he's taken Least Ad Space and kind of run with it. And we'll let him tell how he got we invited him to take a look at Least Ad Space, and he saw the potential and ran with and went right to the top level. And we'll let him talk about that in his own words. But go ahead and stop your screen share. Let me go ahead and pull up.
You should be able to, if you pull up your bits and pieces, and you should be able to.
Yep, I'm pulling up. Just stop your screen share right now, because again, I got to bring out the money hammer. All right, here we go. Bottom line, and no, I'm not going to do it unless you tell me people are wanting the money hammer. Do we get some thumbs up, some hearts? Anybody want to see?
You had loads of them. You're taking
Let's hit them. Let's hit them. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. And like we said, results not typical. There we are. If you're not sharing, the group, if you're not sharing this live, go ahead and hit that share button. Let people know where we are. We're telling you right now, Rich is going to talk about all the stuff that we give away for free inside the group, the loads of training on a weekly basis, special groups, all that type of stuff. But let me go right into the money situation, transactions for Least Ad Space. Now, as Rich said, we absolutely love this as the first introduction of a low-cost offer. It is like a training ground for people. And the bottom line is, we're not going to say that there's a spot that you have to take or a package you have to take, but the sweet spot really is that $27 level. And yes, you can. I'm going to go through, there's so many here going over, because these are 100% commissions to you. Okay, when people pay into the system, you're essentially giving them the rights to be part of the system also. So it's 100% to you. So you'll see there, they go on and on and on and on. And if you're loving this proof progress results, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and a heart. As I said,
you're getting
results
plenty,
not typical. Awesome. So this just goes to show you that this is a great way to start to learn about traffic, learn about traffic packages, learn how to write copy, learn how to write solo ads. We cover all of that inside the group, inside the training, and people are eating it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out of share. I want to thank you all for the love and the thumbs up, but it's not always going to be about us. It'd be great, okay, that Rich and I have results. Of course we have results because we created the system. But the idea of creating the system, when he and I got together at the end of summer last year, was about creating, okay, Project X, which is bigger than just one system. And the key behind Project X was to make sure that people could replicate and duplicate our success if they plugged in and actually put in the work and follow the system. So I'm going to stop sharing, and I thank you for that. But we're going to bring out our man, Anthony, and let him tell a little bit of his story. And he's taken to Least Ad Space in a big way. So Rich, why don't you do the introductions, my man, because it's going to sound fantastic with a British accent, saying the words, here's Anthony with a semi-tractor trailer truck.
Yeah. I've no idea what a semi-tractor trailer truck is, but I tell you something. Anthony has been shooting some pictures, sending photos, and using them on some of his marketing material of that beast of a machine that he drives. And if that's what you mean when you're talking about a semi-anti-trailer truck thing, then
well,
yeah.
I think if you introduce him with some real rah-rah, he's gonna take pictures. Exactly. Go ahead, my man. Let's unmute him.
Love it. That's proper, innit? Americans do everything 10 times bigger than they need to be, don't they?
Absolutely. Well, if you're going to expose yourself and take off the trench coat, you better make sure that it is big. But Anthony, unmute yourself, my man, and let people know, and maybe you give them a little tour of the inside of your cockpit there, your inside of your truck. Go ahead, my man.
Oh man, Big, you got me all choked up those last couple of comments there, dude. But yeah, man, I enjoy driving trucks, man. I love it. I love traveling, meeting new people all the time, starting to talk to more truck drivers about, working online, because one of the biggest things I hear, man, is it's really dangerous. And I pull flatbeds a lot, and you can fall off a flatbed and break your back and break a leg and be, on the shelf for couple of weeks to a couple of months to, being out of action at all. If any of you truck drivers out there are watching this could be your plan B, man, I'm telling you. And, the funny thing, you're talking about Least Ad Space, all of a sudden this morning, I just put that capture page together that I showed everyone. I think it was yesterday, or it was wee hours of the morning, and the referrals are starting to blow up all of a sudden. I mean, it just right before I came on the show. I mean, that goes to show just how powerful those capture pages are. And, if you continue to send traffic. And I was a lot like you there, Rich, on the traffic thing.
Yeah.
Hey, these guys, man, because I've been in this thing for a long time, and I don't have all the success that a lot of people have. But also, one of the other things is I'm not one of those headhunters. I grow slow. I know success loves speed and all. But back to the traffic thing, I saw a lot of people, a lot of these co-ops in the early ages, those guys that were at the top of those things, they would give you pieces, little slivers and pieces, and charge you the full price and take your money and use it for their advertising, and they would just give you just a little sliver. And that was one of the reasons that I was so afraid of traffic. I knew I needed it, but hell, I didn't know how to get it. And I got hooked up with Big. What was it, Big, back in April?
Yep.
Yeah.
Back, almost next month will be a year, yeah.
Yeah, that was when I really started finding out about traffic, because I thought I knew about traffic. Hell, I didn't know crap about traffic. Because the way I was doing things from the old days, you shoot an email out and you might get 100 referrals. You post a classified ad you might get 50 referrals. You get on Traffic Exchange and surf all day, you might get 10, 15 referrals. Times have changed. That crap doesn't happen anymore. With the internet boom and the .com bubble and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I got in a situation also where I got caught up behind the computer because of it. I wasn't talking to people, wasn't reaching out to people, wasn't utilizing social media the way social media can be used and the power in it, until I got hooked up with these guys over here.
Yeah, Anthony, that's a good point. So let's back up a little bit. Let's let the people know a little bit more about you as opposed to the business. The one thing I always appreciated about you is not only what you do as far as because my background, my situation, my family, some of my family members, drive rigs, and so I respect that. I grew up around them myself, changing tires and changing out heads, and how much that fun that is, up to your elbows in grease. But the bottom line is, you wear that with pride. See, a lot of people out there will basically try to put on front that they're super successful and they flash up the cash and the cars. And what we talk about, and you just started to talk about it, was just be real with people, and love the fact that you're sharing that. But what I think I also love is you're a single father, right?
That's right.
All right. Talk about that, because we talked about that being part of your why. I know that's part of why you work so hard. Share with the people, your situation, why you put in so many hours driving that rig.
That's just what I was going to say as well, because on the hours front, it's all well and good, people thinking what they think about online marketing and blah blah blah, but you've got a proper job, man, a proper job, and you put a lot of time into that, I guess. So yeah, how do you make all this work around that as well?
It gets a little tough every now and then, but what gets me by and gets me over the hump when things get tough is the end result, because I've had that taste of success in the past, and I know what it's like, and I know how addictive it can be once you get over that hump and get back to that place. And with my kids, I don't want to be 65 years old and still be out here driving a truck. That's one of my biggest why I work so hard now, and why I've decided to team up with the Boss XL and learn the things that I don't know. I don't have the time right now to do all the things and implement everything that I should be implementing, but that's no excuse. I find the time and make the time when I can, and I juggle it between my kids, especially my little boy. He's only 2. My daughter is in Atlanta, which I don't get to see her much. And I mean, that's another why that I work so hard, and my mother, so I can be able to, in the next couple of years, just really be able to sit down and put in the quality time with them that they've lost, with me being on the road and, having multiple different businesses over the years. I've had janitorial businesses, cleaning businesses, pressure washing, recycling businesses. I've had all kind of businesses, and it's just, you got to find a way to balance it. And once you do it long enough, there's no such thing as finding the time. It just comes. And, you get frustrated because everybody around you think that, you're just sitting around doing nothing, when actually you're making a phone call, you're sending a text, or you're filling out an invoice, you're filling out a log sheet, and stuff like that.
That's a big deal, I think a lot of people miss that. They think they've got to have dedicated chunks of time, and it really can just be the nooks and the crannies, the little gaps you've got between doing this and between doing that. We've all got a little bit of time we can jump on our phone and do that email, or check on this, or get back to that lead or whatever. So
Yeah, Anthony, someone asked a great question, and we're going to come back to you, my man. I want you to, we're going to come back to leased ad space here in a little bit, but someone had a great question for you, and they said, what's the funniest thing in your years of driving that you've seen on your truck? What's the funniest thing that you've seen?
Oh, man, there's been so many of them. I mean, from women flashing me to women having sex in cars going down the road.
All about the women.
Yeah, the people standing up on top of pickup truck cabs and falling down in the bed. Luckily, they didn't fall off on the highway. I mean, Dan, I've seen it. You know, people taking leaps off of top of bridges.
Well, that's not funny, but yeah, I know exactly. Hey, so let's do this. So that's an answer to your question because my man Steven wanted to know that. Hopefully that helps you, Steven. And again, make sure you hook up with you can find Anthony on Facebook, and I'm sure he's got lots of stories to share. That's what I love about him is he shares pictures of his pickups, his drop-offs. He's not trying to be what he's not, and he's trying to show people, like Rich said, grab what time you can in between to continue to build your business. Bottom line is you have no friggin' excuse if he can do it. So one of the things that you latched on to, Anthony, was leased ad space. And right away, you came in, you went to that sweet spot, that $27 level. But immediately after that, once you started to dive into it, what made you decide to go to the highest level, which is Red Diamond? By the way, these dollar amounts we're throwing out that Rich showed you are not monthly. These are one time only. So Anthony, talk to why you made the decision to go at the highest, $147 level, my man.
The main reason, Big, is because it's a one-time purchase. And I got to looking at it, and I had been sitting on the shelf with it for a couple of months, and then I saw it in the Boss XL system. So I started looking at it. I was like, man, that's an awful lot of impressions for a one-time payment, and I mean, I've had a lot of different marketing sites that I've been a member of, and none of them offered the quality and the quantity at the same time as Leased Ad Space offers. So I really didn't even have the money at the time, but I went and got money, and I doubled down and I jumped on it, because I had to shift some money from some other advertising, that I was about to put in place, and, shift some Bitcoin here and there, and boom, I did it,
Yeah, and that's the key right there, because you saw the opportunity. But you touched on something. We're going to come back to you, my man, but I want you to answer this question. You said that you had already placed it on the shelf. So you had already had exposure to leased ad space before you came into Boss XL. Did we make you turn around and sign up with us as a sponsor, or did you keep the original person you signed up with?
Nope, you didn't, and I've had that happen to me in the past.
Yeah.
Hang on. So you mean we're not earning any money from this, dude?
Nah, dude.
All right, wait. I know, absolutely. So let's do this, Anthony. On that note, keep in mind, folks, we're going to talk about this more and more. So, Anthony, hang with us, brother. We're going to get back to you in about 15 minutes and let you finish your story and your involvement with Boss XL. But I'm going to let my man Rich excite people a little bit more. Before we go, give people a little inside peek at your cab there, my man.
It says people. It means me. I'm just a little bit excited by this truck.
Yeah, give him a quick little 30-second tour there, Anthony.
Can you guys see it?
Yeah, we can now.
Okay, there's my dashboard, my cluster, all my gauges and my switches and, my radio, my CB, oh, here's the sleeper back here. I don't have any lights on back here, and turn some lights on. It's a little messy back here right now because
Hey, bro, you putting in work.
Don't have a whole lot of time to spend back here. Just long enough to get me a little sleep and get on down the road.
Good man. I love it. That dashboard looks more like an airplane than it looks like.
Awesome. So if you're watching this, give a man some thumbs up, some hearts for Anthony. Sharon, we're going to bring him back in a little bit after we get further into the Boss XL system. But we just wanted you to know that, again, these are real people. And the one thing they're learning, not only the Boss XL system, they're also learning to be real with people in their market. Because ultimately people love to do business with people they know, like, and trust. And if you're trying and pretending, and see, so many people out there are putting on this fake kind of front for people that they're super successful, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Again, most people, it doesn't matter, because most people are looking for people like themselves to go through the struggle together. And Anthony said something very important. He's building on those small successes. And that's what's great about Boss XL. So my man Rich is going to continue. And there's a method to the madness why this system works so well, because it is about small successes, but it's mostly about traffic first. Go ahead, Rich. Thank you very much, Anthony. We'll get back to you, brother.
Cheers, buddy. You're a good man. Right, so moving on, we're going to fly through what is the second traffic source in Boss Excel. So least ad space, we spoke about that as a safe list. So a safe list being a list of people who've agreed to accept emails that are sharing either tools, products, resources, or business opportunities centered around making money from home. A traffic exchange is similar in one sense, that you've got the consent of the people who are going to be looking. The difference being, these guys aren't looking at your emails, they're looking directly at your website. So a traffic exchange, you're exchanging traffic with other people. You look at mine and I'll look at yours. Quite simply, what you're looking at.
What is up with you today, Rich? You're exposing. You're basically saying you look at mine, I look at yours.
Dude.
Anthony's talking about people on the highway. We are talking traffic here, right? Go ahead, my man.
Luckily, my face is in the shade under the peak of this cap. I think I might even be blushing, man. What you're looking at on screen is a number of adverts. So this is just a screenshot from the traffic exchange Future Ad Pro. The business is Future Ad Pro, owned by a company called FutureNet. And within Future Ad Pro, you'll write an advert, which we train you how to do. And when people click on that advert, what they're seeing is your landing page, your website, your business opportunity, your network marketing business, or your Boss Excel system. And so people are going to be clicking on that because they've got a choice of 9 different adverts when they log in. They'll read which one they like and they'll click it. They have to look around your website for a period of time before they can move on to the next. Once they've done 10 clicks per day, per 24-hour period, they're rewarded a share of the revenue that Future Ad Pro have generated for that day. So if Future Ad Pro have generated profit, then as someone who's clicked 10 ads, they get a share of those profits. So you're buying advertising, but if all goes well, and of course there's no guarantees as with anything, but if all goes well, you're getting a rebate on that advertising. So it's costing you significantly less than you thought. And historically speaking, you actually get paid in return for advertising. But more so than that, you're able to generate income in a similar way to least ad space by selling the advertising space. You've got a number of membership levels inside Future Ad Pro, and the membership that you are determines how much income you can generate from selling their traffic services. As a free member, you can earn 3% commission on every traffic purchase that somebody makes. Now think about that for a second. You've got people buying traffic, which they've got guarantees of people looking at their website, and ultimately that traffic isn't costing them anything because they get a rebate equivalent to it or more. How many people do you think are going to buy, and do you think they're going to continue to buy on a repetitive basis? A big coined a phrase that's picking up speed: recurring residual income, my man.
Yeah, it seems to be the catchphrase for everyone this past week and a half here.
So yeah, there's real opportunity to pick up pace as you build your Future Ad Pro business, which inevitably we show you how to do within the system. But like Big says, can you earn me doing it for real? Oh, I jumped forward too soon. I always jump to that.
Oh man, see, you always get too excited.
Nobody saw it. We're good. So yeah, what I want to do, the next slide is, I took a screenshot of Big's back office because both me and Big got involved in business at the same time. You'll hear me talk a lot about people taking action, partly because of my experience in seeing the power of taking action for myself, partly because of seeing the downfall of not taking action for myself. We both joined Future Ad Pro in April. I got started with Future Ad Pro only a few weeks ago. Big, however, got started in April.
It's even worse than that, Rich. End of April, I let Rich know about this and said, this is going to be a fantastic source if you work it through the system. You know, the system I have and the original. And he said at the time, he's chicken. And he was admitted he's chicken, but he did sign up under me. Rich signed up under me when it first came out at the end of April. But I'm not one of those people that's going to beat you over the head with a money hammer.
No, you're not going to keep reminding me that I did 0 for 9.5 months. Not at all. You never mention it.
Yeah, so Rich had the same opportunity as I did going back 9.5 months ago. And Rich is not going to show you his back office. Now it's improved dramatically because, again, once we created Boss Excel going into December, he ramped up his action, okay, which helps ramp up his results. But what I did was I continued to focus on the system and the strategy that worked well for me. And Rich is going to share a screen with you, or he was going to share a screen with you. You did. You know, people can see your sad face now. They can really see the tears of defeat that you have from not taking action. And again, it's really, Boss Excel is not a complicated bird. It is not, you know, where you have to be a mechanic and know everything about it. You just have to simply plug in, follow the system, follow the formula, as we say, and do the work that's required and get traffic to your offer. And Rich is going to share. He was so excited about the setup of this slide that he got rid of it.
I logged out. I'm just logging back in, so just give me a second.
So if you want to see my results in a future Ad Pro 9.5 months later, with an embarrassed, you know, it's affected you so much, Rich, you can't even get your slide right. I will be happy to show you that, but it is not to brag. It is not to rub your face in it. Like I said, we show real proof progress results, you know, live proof. Unlike a lot of the gurus out there or the big commission junkies that basically show just screenshots, you know, not a lot of live stuff because they want to get you excited. We show live proof progress results. In fact, we do it on a weekly basis when we do training, live training. We're constantly showing people not only about the programs, how to utilize them, how to leverage them, how to maximize them, but to show you, okay, that we're not only you know, talking the talk, but we're walking the walk with you. All right. And so now we get to go to where Rich can kind of do the intro for this gag that didn't quite work out like we thought it would.
Yeah. Right, can you guys see my screen?
We got you, my man.
I've not shown anybody this yet, for good reason. For God's sake, man, what are you doing to me? Right, okay, so here we go. You're gonna, right, there we go. So in the last couple of few weeks, commission check of $48 bloody dollars. Quickly get the hell out of there. Right, come on. Show us what's really, really possible.
No, let's do this. You have a screenshot there that you took of my back office back in January, right?
Yeah.
You have that? Let's see what plugging in and make sure you do it. All right, what does that say there?
Yeah, that says 100,238 dollars more than mine does.
Right. And what's the date? What's the date on there, Rich?
That is the 21st of January, dude.
All right. So go ahead, and while I'm pulling up and sharing my screen, go ahead and give them the results not typical.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's all well and good looking at these commissions and getting excited to buy them, but here's what happens with this kind of gig. There's something called the bend of the knee, and when you get involved in something like this, it will grow incredibly steadily for a long time. And if you don't do anything, that's all it does. If that, you are subject to work ethic, subject to business strategy, subject to system, and if you graft and do what's required and follow the process, then eventually you reach the bend in the knee, and that's where you start to see significant growth. Significant to the extent that this was the 21st of January. What day are we on, dude? 9th, 10th of March?
We are on the 12th, my man. You
12th
are.
Of March. Wow.
All right. So how many days later are we?
Really thrown me out.
All right. How many days are we later? Good thing we have this on record. So if you want to see big, you want me to hit you with a money hammer, show you real life proof progress results on Future Ad Pro, let me know. Give me some thumbs up. Give me some hearts out there. Happy to show you. Let me know. Are they good to go, Rich?
Absolutely.
Share.
Absolutely.
All right. So here we go. So remember that 100,000. Let's look at, okay, we're looking at what, 45 days later? Maybe. All right. So we're going to share a screen. Oops, that's a different one. Let me go over here. Future Ad Pro. All right. Here we go.
It's all going on.
All right, so there we go, Future Ad Pro. Oh, by the way, when you come into the system and you register for the first time, you're going to register for Future Net, which is the social media side, and we have all kinds of training on that. What this is a great resource, very much like Facebook, and you're automatically able to then be part of Future Ad Pro. So if we go in and look at my dashboard, you'll see here that today's date is March 12th. I'm good to go. I've watched my 10 ads. I'm qualified through 313. So tomorrow I'll hit that again. All right. And let's go to business and see what we have here. Boom, 126,310.
Oh, dear.
126,310. So we're talking.
I love it, but I hate it.
I know. So let's do that again. Once again, results not typical, but as Rich said, if you do not take action, if you don't follow the strategy, if you make excuses for yourself, you can be there too. Now, what I love about Rich is he's the first one to admit that he made that mistake. And it was all because he was afraid of, guess what, spending money on traffic in the first place. So again, results not typical, but that's just to show you the power of plugging into a system and working that system. So I'm going to come out of that, Rich, to keep you from your embarrassment. And I want to thank everybody for the thumbs up and the hearts, my man. Let's get you back on front. Let's make you the hero now. And we're going to make you the hero with the next part of this, which is absolutely fantastic. And my man, Rich, knows this. He is the geek boss when it comes to the system and how we built Boss Excel on this system. So, Rich, you're going to be able to save face here by showing them just how powerful you are inside our next part of Boss Excel.
Yeah, beautiful.
How's that for a setup?
We like that.
Save.
That's good enough. That's a mediocre recovery. Cheers, buddy. So we are moving on to Success System. Online Sales Pro replaced what we previously used as the sales system in our other funnels. And Online Sales Pro provides us with the funnel, the filter, the follow-up, and it's one of the tiered congruent products. So 4 out of the 5 areas needed to develop a success system are right here. So Online Sales Pro is a tool suite. It's aimed at any business. It doesn't matter whether you're an estate agent, that's real estate to you Americans. It doesn't matter whether you're in real estate, whether you are a network marketer, a direct salesperson, a marketing consultant, MLM. It can be useful for pretty much any business. It can also be useful for clubs, social clubs, events. I've seen people selling their own cars with Online Sales Pro. I've seen people selling their daughter's Girl Guide cookies with Online Sales Pro. So this is a powerful tool. And what it does, it allows you to build, should I say, landing pages, lead capture pages. It allows you to build sales pages. It allows you to build entire funnel systems. It allows you to create an automated way of taking people from that point of interest to that point of taking action. Within it, you've got lots of social media training. It becomes the heart of your lead management. So you've got ways of tracking your leads. You can see the leads converting into sales. You can track where people are in your sales process. It's an incredibly simple but effective system. And what I want to show you is how you can earn money from marketing it as well as from using it. So the system costs $37 a month. As a monthly subscription, you get access to all of the tools within that system, all of the training, the lead management software, and you get a mobile phone app, an Android app or an iPhone app. And so that app, where's my phone? I'm using my phone to watch the live. That app is a lead management tool. So all of the information comes through to your app. When someone lands on your page, and so they'll put in their details because they're interested in whatever it is you're selling, whether that be Boss Excel or whether it be something completely different. They put in their details. Your mobile phone goes cha-ching. I think it's only coincidence that my cha-ching is far louder than any other notification that I've got on my phone. But your phone goes cha-ching. And what you're able to do is you're able to either call, text, or email that person immediately in real time from your phone. You can do that and you can send them something personal. You can do that and it's just an automated message, or you can do nothing and it does it for you anyway through another automated system. It's so cool. It's so clever. So when you get somebody who wants that system for themselves, whether that be part of your team who's going to be using it for the same things that you are, or whether it be that you're selling it separately because you want to generate an income from it, you get $20 per month for each member who joins. You can also upgrade to save money on annual costs, and you get higher commissions if your members upgrade and save money. So there's a really sweet opportunity to generate.
Yeah, Rich, since you didn't have, let me go ahead and share. Okay, that's what the app looks like. You'll see leads coming in. You'll see notifications. You'll see what level. Down below, you'll see each of the funnel systems, and you'll receive notifications. And as Rich says, it becomes pretty addicting for the cha-chings on the leads, even more addicting on the sales aspect.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful thing, There we go. Yeah, it's very, very cool indeed. I like it a lot. So yeah, Online Sales Pro is awesome. What I want to do is I want to jump inside and show you some of the pages that we've built for you, how your system will flow, because you remember at the start, what I said to you is that we are going to we're going to give you a system that does all of the selling for you. So let me show you that system. Just bear with 1 second. Let me get rid of that.
Awesome. And we're going to finish up in the next 5 minutes, but we want to show you how important this is, because this is the engine for the entire BossXL system. And then we're going to have our man Anthony come back, because we did introduce Anthony and he did become a member of Online Sales Pro. To get the BossXL system, you need the Online Sales Pro in order to have the share codes for BossXL. But the beauty of it is the system, you can essentially market anything and everything. And as Anthony was talking about, he created some new pages and things like that to market just Least Ad Space by itself or any other business. That's the beauty of it. We'll have him talk about how excited he is to be introduced to OSP by us. So he did sign up for that, but a lot of the other things he already had. So go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, cheers, buddy. So let me jump back onto screen share. I didn't realize that's where we were with time, to be fair. It's been an exciting night tonight, my man.
It has. Exposing yourself and Anthony in his cockpit, and
it's all going on.
It's all going south. Anyway.
So yeah, inside the system, inside your Online Sales Pro dashboard, you've got an area where you can build pages, or where pages that have been built for you can be put. So basically, we build these systems. We give you that little code that Big mentioned. You enter the copy and paste that code into your computer, and this is what happens. All of these pages pop up when you enter the relevant codes.
Those are so pretty, my man.
Oh, they really are. They really are. And so these are essentially pages which once they're in your system, they're yours. And we show you how to use them for exactly the right time.
So now, wait a minute, Rich. So we've built all this. We've spent 100 hours building this entire system, doing all the creatives, paying all the money for logos and artwork and all like that. Mm-hmm. And we're giving it away free. We're doing the heavy lifting and selling. And they get all the credit for their commission sales if they already have existing programs, like if they already have Least Ad Space, if they already have Future Ad Pro, Future Net.
You mean like Anthony?
Like Anthony, they can come into the system. If they already have Online Sales Pro, they can come in and use our system for free.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And you know, the penny's going to drop with us at some point. The penny's got to drop with us. Got to drop with us. I keep saying my business coach is going mad, but hey ho. So yeah, you get a lot of stuff. It's done for you, but do not confuse all of this done for you stuff with not having to do anything yourself, because there's work involved. You've got to put in the effort. You've got to put in the learning. You've got to put in the commitment to promote. We show you how to do it, but you've got to do it.
But
So
let's do this, Rich. Why don't we go over what they do get and talk about getting in the group, but talk about what they do get as being part of the Boss XL membership, which again is free to join, right? There is no cost to be a member of the Boss XL membership group. And I think that'll be a good segue to have our man Anthony come out and just talk about, what we talked about, that he had a lot of these parts already, and let him say it in his own words rather than us. But yeah,
exactly. I'm going to leave that screen on, and people can scan that screen while Anthony's just talking about his experience. So talk to us, buddy. In relation to this community that we've built, how has it benefited you? What difference has it made to your online marketing experience as a result of taking advantage of the stuff that people can see on screen right now? I'll tell you what though, dude, let's try do it without mute on. No, still not yet.
Now take mute off. Go for it. We lost you. All right. Do this. Log off and log back on real quick, Anthony, and Rich will go through this. And then if you pop back on before we end, great. All right. I know it's tough to get the regular signal, but go ahead and log off because you froze up. So, Rich, why don't you take people through? We'll have Anthony log off, and then he can log back in using the same link, and then it'll probably work that way, my man.
Yeah, no problem, buddy, no problem. So what you can see on screen right now is what you get as a member. So as a member of Boss XL, and that's something that comes for free, you're going to get access to this entire system. Those numbers are out of date. I think we've got around 8 or 9 lead capture pages now. So a lead capture page is just the page which gets the customer's information or the prospect's information so you can follow up. You get a load of those. You get 11 pages of tutorials and sales. You get weekly training, which is hosted live with me and Big on Zoom every Wednesday. And if you are a upgraded member to our highest level, so you're a serious action taker, you get a closed, unrecorded mentoring session every week on a Sunday, and you also get your own private chat room where you've got direct access to me and Big. And I'll not say 24/7, but we're in two different time zones, so it kind of is 24/7 access to us. There's a free weekly prospecting show. What's that? You're watching it. That's this, where we do all of the talking, the showing, the telling, the educating, the motivating, and the entertainment side of it as well, if you want to put it that way. There's the Facebook groups, which are awesome. Anthony, if we can get him with some sound, is going to talk about the community aspect and what impact that's had on his business. And all of this is free. And this is the stuff that my business coach is kicking off about. We're bringing people like Anthony into this thing, and we're not charging him. We're creating all of this stuff and we're not charging him. He's going nuts, but we're doing it anyway. Anthony, can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Beautiful. Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. So yeah, come on out, buddy, and tell us, what's it like being a member of Boss XL and being involved in this community that we've created?
It's totally awesome, man. Because I tell you, it's just having that one person or the whole group or whatever in the middle of the night just to bounce something off of, a new idea or a new capture page, getting feedback, the file section, the banners and all that stuff that you guys share with us. I've been in different programs over the years where I never even heard from my sponsor, not once, yet alone share a banner or anything with me. That's been the biggest part for me.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Now, also, one of the things, Anthony, is you get to plug in, not as often as everyone else, but you've been on some of the weekly live trainings where we cover separate each week a different part, because it's hard to cover everything in one Pit Lane Power Hour. But what do you think the benefit is of people plugging into the weekly live training is, my man?
The benefit from it is getting a stick to it attitude. Because if you can make a commitment to get on those calls, you can make a commitment to sticking to one business or two businesses or a system or whatever it is that you got going on. Hopefully it's the Boss XL, because it is totally awesome. That's one of the main things for me. Like, I get frustrated if I am in a situation where I can't get on a call. I mean, it totally pisses me off. I've got it that bad.
He needs the X. He needs the X. Project X gets in your veins. Anthony, we thank you for that, brother. Let me ask you one question, and then Rich is going to go to the slide. We're going to go to our call to action slide, and he's going to pull that up right now. But I'm going to ask you a question over the top of that. So, Rich, if you can pull up our call to action slide, and we'll end this with Anthony. Basically, Anthony, if you were, you're the person you are today, sitting in that truck, and if you could go back a year ago to the Anthony of a year ago that was kind of floundering like you talked about, and you're sitting there and he's next to you in your truck, what would the Anthony of today say to that Anthony of a year ago, my man? Let people know.
I would say, dude, man, get your fingers out of your ears. Turn the freaking TV off. Pay attention. Find somebody that knows more about this stuff than you know, because times are changing and this old way you're doing things is not working anymore. So find somebody that knows what the heck's going on and get with the program and plug in.
Yeah.
That's what I would tell that dude.
Yeah. Then you got to know if the old Anthony is going to punch you in the face. But no, good advice, my man. Good advice.
A year ago, that would have been a, good prize. Yeah, that probably would have happened a year ago.
All right. Anthony, we thank you, brother. Rich, why don't we do this while we have Anthony on? Why don't you take people through our call to action here? Because I think Anthony is saying the same thing, and you just touched on it. Right, Anthony? Stop talking, start doing, let people guide you, put away your ego, put away your pride, and basically do the work with someone that basically can show you the path, but has already been there, done that. And things do change. So open yourself up to the training. And Rich, what exactly do people need to do at the end of this Pit Lane Power Hour, my man?
They literally need to do exactly, and I mean exactly what it says on screen. Contact the person who put you here. And that person might not be someone who you had any direct contact with. You might have just seen somebody, one of your friends, maybe like this video on somebody else's profile. You need to get back in touch with the person who made that chain reaction happen, because somebody's gone out of their way to promote this, which is what we teach people to do. You need to work with them. Get inside the Facebook group where Anthony has been telling you about. It's getinthegroup.com. Really, really simple. Once you're in there, make yourself known. Add a post. Let us know, what are your intentions? What are you hoping to get out of this gig? And make sure that you stay active in there.
We can't, Rich, you're right. We can't help you if we don't know you're friggin' in the group.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the biggest things. It is growing. You can sit back in the shadows for the longest time, but there are people that are willing. We have our certified business coach, our Boss XL business coach, David Pinto, who's always willing to help, but we're not friggin' mind readers. And like Anthony said, get your fingers out of your ears, okay? Okay, release your pride, your ego, and say, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, all right? And ask for help. One of the great things we love about Anthony is he will, like he said, he'll post up in there, hey, what do you guys think about this capture page? What about this? I'm trying to do this. What do you think? And he gets feedback right there. Ultimately, what Anthony's working on is moving into our winner's circle, which is where we do one-on-one training on a weekly basis every Sunday for our people that move into the winner's circle. The qualifications are inside the group. Those people are loving it, but Anthony's taking advantage of the fact that because the group is growing, but it's still manageable, Rich and I are in there multiple times on a daily basis giving advice right inside the group. Right, Anthony?
Right.
Yep. So, Rich, let's finish with those last two, and we will stick a fork in this. We will boom hit people with a money hammer and be done today, my man.
Absolutely. Your starting budget, you need to get together with that sponsor, with the person who's introduced you, and figure out how much have you got to work with, because this entire gig, and we didn't touch on all of the costs, but this entire gig is $54 minimum to get started. Does that mean you should start with $54? No. It means you should start with whatever you're comfortable, because a big chunk of that starting budget is traffic, safely stored traffic exchange traffic. The bigger your starting budget, the healthier your success in the shortest time frame. So agree a budget that works for you, whatever that might be. Set your goals. What do you want to achieve? And then figure out, right, what would stop me? So I want to achieve this. What would be an acceptable thing that could get in your way? And I hear people saying nothing's going to get in my way. Bull. but there's always something that'll get in your way. Write it down and do not stop unless that thing crops up. Just keep going and get to work, because it's only action that's going to make any of this happen for you. At the start of the show, I spoke about that silly post that I put up on my Facebook wall offering to give money away.
Now, Rich, let's stop sharing so people can see your pretty little face there when you say this, because we want this to have impact. This last 2 minutes of testimonial, titillating, boom. Let's go, my man.
Showing my pretty little face all of it. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. So right at the start of the show, I spoke about that post that I put up. Just a crazy little post offering to give money away for free. All you had to do was be the last comment on that post. Common sense said that there's no way anybody was going to win. There's no way that anybody were going to be able to win that, because the last comment was always going to be me. It was a teaser. It was just going to be a tease. And I even went on and told people that you cannot win. It's literally impossible, because I will always add the last comment or leave it to run forever or whatever. Did that stop some people trying? No. They just doggedly continued and continued and continued until eventually I essentially had no choice but to say, you know what? Screw it. Give them some damn money. And so that's what's happened. While you were chatting earlier on, I hit the stop button on that post. I've not checked exactly how many comments there were, but from what I saw when I did check earlier on, we exceeded 2,100 comments on that Facebook post from people wanting that free money. And when I hit stop, we've got a guy called Prasad, 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 who has just won himself 0.05 Bitcoin, which at today's exchange rate is about $6, I think. And he's won that just through dogged determination and not letting any of his excuses get in his way.
Rich, you finally let the people catch up with you. Yep, they got the ball. So the bottom line is, all right, if you will follow the path that we lay down and have dogged determination, you too can start to have success. My man Anthony is living proof of that. There is no excuse as far as time. Okay, there is no excuse as far as not having the system. There is no excuse as far as not having the money. We talked about it. You can get started for as little as $54. The training is thousands and thousands of dollars that we give away on a regular, continuous, constant basis. Because what Rich and I are ultimately trying to do when we put together Project X, we talked about it, was to help people create good habits. You see, most people are failing in this internet and network marketing business because they don't have the proper business habits. They jump from this shiny object to that shiny object. They don't run traffic on a regular basis. They're chicken, okay, to be a business owner. And ultimately, that is the thing, all right? There are two things. You need to talk about it, you need to be about it, but ultimately you need to do about it. And that's what we help people do, create those good habits of action. So on that note, this is your boy Big. My man, Rich, the ever-exposing KC Green. Our special guest, we want to thank Anthony Palmer, the trucking marketer, for spending time with us, giving us a little insight to his world and the hard-ass amount of work that man puts in as a single father, as a trucker. Much respect. You know, a lot of people don't know, without truckers, industry and commerce as we know it, whether you're in the UK, whether you're in the US, Canada, doesn't matter. Without those guys and gals doing what they do and the sacrifices and time, getting those loads, the economy grinds to a halt. Because it's never going to change, okay? Those are the people that make those deliveries, all right? We don't have enough railways. We don't have enough boats. The backbone of commerce in the world are truckers. So Anthony, much love, much appreciation, much respect, brother, for what you do.
Thanks, brother.
On that note, take us out. One last word, 30 seconds, my man.
If you don't have time, make time. I do a lot of my posts, and I text people and call people while I'm at the grocery store, at Walmart, while I'm taking a break at a truck stop, or even when I'm in the bathroom sometimes. So if you
No.
don't have time,
You'll not be the first or the last. There's so much good business goes on in the bathroom.
I'll go to the bathroom. I know. That was not a squeaky toy, that last conversation we had then, Anthony. Hey, listen, everybody, we appreciate you joining us on this live for our Pitlin Power Hour. Join us next week. We'll have another guest. In a couple of weeks, we're going to have two very special guests on the show. And we appreciate you joining us live. If you're watching this on replay, make sure you get back to the person that shared the link with you. As always, we appreciate your time. It's your boy Big, your boy Rich, our special guest Anthony, and we will see you inside our Facebook group, www.getinthegroup.com. Take care, everyone.
Thanks for joining, guys. Make sure to share this recording, yeah?
Share.